consider the cost. Consider the cost of envy. Proverbs 14:30 says, a heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. A heart at peace, contentment, joy, that's life to the body. Envy is just bad. Consider the cost. There is no upside to envy. The other 7 deadly sins that we've talked about, they all have something about them that is fun. They all have something about them that tempts you to do them. Why do we do envy? You have sloth. Sloth has a long-term negative effect. If I am lazy, then I'm probably not going to do well in my career. I'm not going to do good in my education. I'm not going to do those things. However, in the short term, sloth is very appealing. I can stay on the couch longer. I don't know anybody that doesn't like to hit that snooze button, right? Some people get up and say, "Good morning, Lord." And some people get up and go, "Good Lord, it's morning," you know? So sloth is bad in the long term, but at least in the short term, there's this upside. There's this thing that I'm excited about. Gluttony, same way. We talked about gluttony. Gluttony is something that in the long run, it's bad for you. You're going to have to buy, the bigger pants. You're going to be not as much energy. I mean, we all know the health risks and the health results. But in the short term, cheeseburger, Twinkie, these are the things that tempt us. But guys, envy is bad from the beginning. Why do we choose it? Envy is no fun from the moment we commit it. Why do we do it? Beware becoming bitter, believing others have it better. And then look at this, James 3:16. For where you have envy and selfish ambition, there you'll find disorder and every evil practice. You know what that tells me? That envy is like a gateway sin. Envy is one of those sins that when it happens, it will lead to other sins. Same with wrath. I think wrath is one of the big ones. When people get angry, it leads to other things. Same with envy. People get envy and it leads to something else. I'm so envious of my partner's success, so I will lie and cheat to make my sales so that I can compete with him. Or my neighbor's lifestyle. I'm so envious of my neighbor's lifestyle. I let greed get the better of me, and now I go out and I borrow way too much money, and now I'm stressed out for years to come. I'm envious of my sister's looks, and so I let pride creep up, and I get addicted to diet pills, or I have to go buy new outfits, or whatever it is, and envy can lead to other evil practices. Last week, I was sitting right there when Sean spoke on wrath. Sean Williams spoke on wrath. And by the way, is Sean not the most amazing campus pastor and preacher? I just thank him so much for what you do. It's an honor to work with you. And I just want to say, man, use your notes more because you make the rest of us look bad, okay? Would you look down at your notes ever? That would be nice. I'm just kidding. I'm envious of Sean's ability. But when Sean talked about wrath, he told the story of Cain and Abel. If you were here, do you remember that? Cain was jealous of Abel, and do you remember then what happened? He murdered his own brother. And knowing that I was going to talk about envy and have this concept of this sort of, sin that leads to another sin, I'm like, really? Could envy really lead to murder? I wanted to dismiss that. And sure enough, in USA Today, 1997, tells the story of a 17-year-old cheerleader. The girl was killed, murdered. But she was well liked. She was not into drugs or alcohol. There was no robbery or rape involved. No one could figure out why anyone would kill the girl. The police investigation finally led to a classmate who, after hours of interrogation by police, confessed to killing the girl for taking the spot she wanted on the cheerleading squad. What? I just can't imagine that. And I've never experienced envy leading to murder, but I have seen envy kill people's joy. I've seen it kill relationships. I've seen it kill self-control. I've seen envy lead to many other things. And so I would just ask you, when you feel envious and jealous, number one, count the cost. Because envy's no fun from the beginning, and it leads to nothing good.